Oxford Weekly News. I'm Brenna Haven.
And I'm Lacey Mendenhall. A Miami University student is recovering after falling from a third-story off-campus apartment on April 30th. Around 4:30 that morning, 20-year-old Caroline O'Donnell fell from an East Walnut Street off-campus apartment. Investigators believe alcohol was involved in the incident. According to a next-door neighbor, senior Alex Proctor, who witnessed the accident, O'Donnell appeared to be alone when she fell. Proctor says he didn't hear or see anything out of the ordinary before the accident.
I saw her just sitting there, and I look over, I'm like, okay, that's unusual. And then once she fell, I was like, oh my God, and I just forgot all of what I was doing and, ran down, and she was mumbling on the ground. So I tried to asked her if I could turn her over and see if she's okay. And she was she was clearly in a lot of pain and just mumbling. And so I ended up just booking it over to the police station and let everybody there know basically what was happening. And then I got a cop to basically run back and help this poor girl.
Controversial comments have led to the lifetime ban of Los Angeles Clippers owner Donald Sterling. After a tape recording was released to the public on April 25th of Sterling saying degrading comments about minorities, the NBA took a stand. Sterling was fined $2.5 million and received a lifetime ban from Commissioner Adam Silver. Players and fans of the league also responded to the comments with protests. When the Clippers team took the court on April 27th, they removed their warm-up jerseys with the word Clippard on them in order not to be associated with Donald Sterling. But Dr. Othello Harris, an associate professor here at Miami and an affiliate in Black World Studies, believes this controversy won't have as big of an impact outside of basketball as everyone thinks.
In some ways, this will put people on notice about spouting racist kinds of ideas. But on the other hand, people are entitled to have racist views. They are entitled to say racist things, and they don't necessarily lose their jobs. They don't necessarily get punished.
Commissioner Silver also says he will try to force Sterling to sell the team.
Drivers will soon want to take extra time if their travels include portions of US 27 in Oxford. Flagging operations near the Chestnut Street intersection that were scheduled for Friday, May 2nd, have been canceled. There will be no lane restrictions until Monday, May 5th. It will begin at 7 a.m. and run through the day. The 2-year project involves widening and resurfacing a mile of US 27 between South Point Road and Chestnut Street.
A former Miami University president and his family are being remembered in the new exhibit. The Remarkable Stantons, Miami University and the Magnificent Dwelling is now open at the William Holmes McGuffey Museum on the Oxford campus. Reverend Robert L. Stanton served as president of Miami from 1866 to 1871. During that time, he built a private residence known as his Magnificent Dwelling that still stands on the corner of Spring and Oak Streets. The exhibit profiles a 19th century family committed to the advancements of religious activism, higher education, westward exploring, and social justice. The museum is open Thursday through Sunday from 1 to 5 p.m. When we come back, we'll take a look at the third and final part of our series on the class of 2014.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to Oxford Weekly News.
Miami's latest graduating class is headed off to the outside world in less than 3 weeks.
In our final segment of the class of 2014, Oxford Weekly News reporter Ariel Wiley tells us about one major at Miami where students might be headed down a path they didn't expect.
According to Money Watch from CBS, in the top 25 college majors with the highest unemployment rates, clinical psychology is number one with a nearly 20% unemployment rate.
Well, I think the thing that I always tell graduating seniors is that no matter what their first job after Miami is, whether it's their dream job, whether it's a temp job, whether it's something that they're still figuring out at the time that they graduate, it's their first step after Miami.
The first step toward life after college for Jane Nagy, a psychology and communication double major, happened at Miami's career fair. Following graduation in May, Nagy will begin with a $47,000 salary a year at Target as an executive team leader for Target stores. Nagy will be in charge of a work center within the store.
So I often tell people that if you have people doing something, that's psychology. You know, I actually know people who are trained psychologists who do things like design airplane cockpits, because fundamentally the idea of how do you know what to pay attention to in a cockpit is a problem of human attention, and that's psychology. And so psychology translates to so many things.
Ariel Wiley reporting for Oxford Weekly News.
A big honor for a local student. Talawanda High School senior Christian Jones has been awarded the Anthony Munoz Straight A Scholarship Award. He was nominated by guidance counselor Denise Zimmerman after maintaining a 4.0 during his high school career. Jones will be graduating at the end of the month and attending Capital University in the fall.
The Cincinnati chapter of the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation will be holding a Great Strides Walk to take place on May 10th in Oxford. The walk will begin at the Oxford Memorial and Martin Luther King Jr. Park in Uptown Oxford. Local businesses, including Boutique and Juniper, will be donating goods and services for the event. Registration for the event will begin at 9 a.m., followed by the walk at 10 a.m. A goal of $32,000 is set for the event next Saturday.
When the Ohio legislature passed 2 bills in February, it led a group of student activists known as Organize Oxford to protest the recent changes. A staged demonstration with a closed mock voting booth with dozens of people waiting in line took place at the Hub on campus last Thursday. President for the College Republicans, Katie Pappen, says that the protest was unrealistic and misleading.
One of the Senate bills, they were protesting cut the early voting period from 35 to 29 days, and the real purpose for doing this was to eliminate fraudulent voters. It wasn't meant to disenfranchise any minority or any one group. It was really to cut down on fraudulent voting, which a lot of Democrats will tell you doesn't happen, but it does. And the thing about fraudulent voting is it's hard to catch because there's very little statistics because it's fraudulent voting.
Coming up on Oxford Weekly News, we will visit with the editor of the Miami Student Arts and Events section to hear about new plans for the paper.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Oxford Weekly News. Today I'm sitting with junior Lauren Kiggins, the Arts and Events Editor with the Miami Student. Hi Lauren, thanks for talking with me today.
Hi, thanks for having me.
All right, so can you tell me how you became the editor of the Arts and Events section of the Miami Student?
Well, I started writing for the section my freshman year, just right off the bat in September. I reached out to the current editor then and started writing every other week. And the position opened in September, halfway through first semester this year, and my editor reached out to me for an interview. And from there, I got the position, and it's been like that.
So can you explain what an Arts and Events Editor actually does?
Okay, so basically we publish once a week. The Miami Student publishes twice a week, so unfortunately, arts only makes it in, half the time. But basically, I cover everything from dance to theater to music to culture. So recently, we just had a student place third in Irish dancing in the world in London. So we covered that. We were able to get a profile of that. So it's really trying to take, student involvement as well as what's going on in the country. We do a lot of movie reviews, and we bring that to the focus of the Miami Student, so the college demographic.
And you said you only publish once a week. Which day is that?
It's on Tuesdays.
On Tuesdays, all right, just so everyone can know if they're looking for that.
Yeah, and we also publish online. We'll throw in a few extra articles every week online as well.
All right, so do you personally have any background in the arts?
Yeah, I started playing classical violin at the age of 5. I'm a violin minor here, so that's been a really big thing for me throughout my life. And as kind of been my base, and I always go back towards the arts, whether it be classical music or, popular music, museums, whatever. It's, I really find value in that, so I plan to keep that up here and post-grad.
Have you ever covered anything that you are actually in on campus then?
Well, I'm not allowed to do that because it's a conflict of interest, but I definitely try to get writers to cover events that, symphony orchestra concerts.
Slowly plug that in.
Yeah. Hey guys, we have a concert coming up. It'll be great. Yeah, so definitely try. It helps me in my position with my involvement in the arts here.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it helps you get interviews with other people too.
Oh, completely, because I've built those personal relationships with the administration, the music department over the past 3 years. It really helps, hey, we'd love to get an interview with you right away and get a quick turnaround to keep our content really fresh.
Would you say that's like one of the most important things that is your job, is keeping those close relationships?
Yeah, I feel like that's very important, especially because in my position, I really, I present each article to a specific writer, and I provide them with the context. I'll send a quick email to the dean of wherever and say, hey, look for an someone reaching out to you for an interview, or sometimes I'll go into their office, be like, hey, would you be willing to do this? It really helps get to those upper level people, knowing them personally throughout my time here.
Yeah, I'm sure. So what are your plans for the arts and events section over the next year while you're editor?
Well, I'd really like more content. I'd like to have more of a voice as an arts section on campus. Over the summer, we're doing a big rehaul with our website, and through that, I really want to have more content, and not just campus-focused content, but also having an opinion on greater arts events going on throughout the country.
Could you see if you have greater content possibly publishing twice a week then?
That is a huge goal of mine. I'd love to be in there twice a week because arts is very important. But that's also comes into financial, because we are a print publication. There are limited resources. So that's definitely a hurdle I'd love to overcome during my time as editor.
All right, thank you so much for stopping by with us today, Lauren.
Thank you.
All right, that's all from Oxford Weekly News for this week. I'm Lacey Mendenhall. You can watch us online at miamiohtv.com. Thanks for watching.